Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. And we're reacting to some breaking news. Gary O'Neill has finally been sacked by Wolverhampton Wanderers, people. We're going to get into it. And every time a manager gets sacked now, I'm pretty much going to react to it. We've got another video today. Well, it should be today. Reacting to the Arsenal fan meltdowns from yesterday in the Everton game. And depending on the results today, we'll be reacting to more. But we do have a stream, people, at 6:30 for the darts. We're going to be there for like 4 or 5 hours roughly for the Darts World Championships, people. It's the first day, so come and join us. Come and join us on YouTube and Twitch, people. But yeah, Wolverhampton Wanderers have finally sacked Gary O'Neill, and everyone saw the videos yesterday. Everyone saw Cunha put his hand on an Ipswich Town head coach's face or coach's face or whatever. Yeah, everyone saw Aït-Nouri. I don't know why he got sent off. I haven't even seen the goals yet. I haven't even seen the highlights. I haven't had a chance. But he was getting held back by Craig Dawson. We saw what happened in the game against us. Mario Lemina refusing to shake Jared Bowen's hand like a mum, and then just having literally just crashing out on the whole pitch, fighting Sean Derry, who's in the Gary O'Neill coaching staff. The times must have not been good there in terms of the training leading up to this Ipswich game. They lost in the last minute. Obviously, their fans were obviously going to give the chairman and the boardroom shit because they're shit. And as they should, by the way, they hold all kinds of responsibilities. Like the transfer window, for example, under invested in their squad, and even with the whole Gary O'Neill appointment in general, why do clubs always do this? Where 1 week before they choose to say we're backing a manager, but then that week later, back to normal. You sack him because the West Ham game was meant to be the last straw for the Wolves board. It was meant to be like managers were linked. Like Graham Potter was meant to be linked and all that, but we'd assume we haven't heard anything, I don't think, but that, for example, that manager's rejected the job because maybe they don't want to take over another team that's in 19th, for example. However, people, it's literally one game later. One game later. Why do boards always do this? It isn't just Wolves board that does this. Multiple boardrooms and chairmen do this, where they say they're backing the manager, but they give them one more game. But I guess they expected Wolves to beat Ipswich. Sorry, excuse me. However, that is not enough. That is not enough to go on if you're going to say you're backing the manager. If you want to know my opinion, for the people that don't know my opinion already, I think this is justified the sacking. I do think he's been dealt a heavy hand, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if you're not going to allow your team to, you know, score, be defensively resolute, you got to score goals. Only Cunha does that. Don't get me wrong, and yes, the players can do better, but that is not a relegation squad in general, in my opinion. Maybe the defense is. The defense, maybe. Playing Nelson Semedo now out of position when you have centre backs on the bench, because you probably lost your head with Craig Dawson after the Everton game. Lemina sometimes been playing at centre back. I get it, trust me. But they've got decent midfield options. They've got Lemina, Doyle, Gomez, and Andre. Those are decent options for midfield. That's decent. Lemina especially. Obviously, their attackers, Cunha, Guedes, Strand Larson, etc. As much as they should have replaced Neto better, as much as they should have replaced Kilman better, still, Wolves fans will even tell you that Kilman wasn't good for them last season. He's good for us right now. I like Max Kilman, but he wasn't good for them last season. That's what Wolves fans said when he left. This is the thing. I'm not going to tell Wolves fans how to feel because I'm a West Ham fan. I've watched enough Wolves this season to give a judgment on them, but I would love to know from a Wolves perspective how they feel about their sacking. Just because I do think it is justified. I think Bournemouth fans are going to be celebrating right now as well because they were right. They were complaining about Gary O'Neill's teams being bad on set pieces then, and he still hasn't solved the issue. And I watched this interview on Twitter when it was on BBC, He's talking about, oh, we've tried everything. Bro, your teams have been bad at conceding set pieces, at defending set pieces, sorry, since you were manager of Bournemouth. This is a you problem. This is a you problem. He tries to deflect, every time in interviews, he tries to deflect the games on the players. Or he tries to deflect it on upstairs, or he tries to deflect it to VAR. He's a master manipulator. He's a master manipulator. The guy always deflects blame onto someone else. He doesn't take accountability. He doesn't take responsibility. He was like, yeah, maybe I could have done this, but these guys could have done better. That's all well and good, mate. You're the manager. 90% of what you see on the pitch is via the manager in modern day football. The guy is just not a good enough manager for the Premier League. If he needs to drop the pride and take a job in the Championship, maybe he can work on himself there. He's a pragmatic coach, and that's what he's built himself on. But he tried to play football this year, playing four at the back. Why is it every time Wolves managers feel that they need to go four at the back when the three at the back has been working? Now he's only gone back to three at the back these past few weeks. I know he did it once against Nottingham Forest as well to almost take the sting out of things because they were going on a losing streak. But still, there was no need to go to four at the back when you literally built a premise on last season of you going to a three at the back and it working. Now, I get what Gary O'Neill was trying to do on the pitch. I at least know what his style is, in a sense. But at the same time, I don't, because it's a combination of a lot of styles. At times, I know what you're trying to do on the pitch. Because I get the three at the back thing, but once you dump out the three at the back thing, I don't know what football you're trying to play. So try and work on the formation that you started off with and try and perfect it. Take a break from management. He went from Bournemouth straight into Wolves. Just, he can be a good manager in the future. It's just not right now. Not right now. As it says for Wolves, let's talk about the Wolves situation quickly as well. Like, this is a statement they put out. I'm not going to share it because it might get copyrighted. This is what the Wolves put on the website, the link to their tweet. Wolves are parted way with company. Wolves are parted company with head coach Gary O'Neill and his backroom staff. He arrived at Molineux just 3 days before the 23-24 season, taking on a significant challenge and ultimately guiding the old goal to a successful campaign. And that kind of tells you all you need to know when they call that a successful campaign, but here we are. During his first season at the helm, Wolves beat Man City, but impressively at Chelsea and Tottenham, as well as beat West Brom, rivals West Brom during the journey to the FA Cup quarterfinals. And they lost to Coventry after that, by the way. Jeff Shee, who's probably the most hated man in Wolverhampton right now. We are very grateful to Gary for all of his effort, dedication, and hard work during his time at the club. And we wish him and his team the best luck of the future. Best of luck for the future, sorry. Yeah, this is a bit backhanded, not going to lie. A bit backhanded. But it's not looking good. I've seen Steve Cooper trending. I'm going to assume he's linked. Because I legit don't understand where Wolves are going to go from here in terms of the replacements they have lined up. I don't know whether they have one. I can see Steve Cooper being a manager. I can see it being Cooper. I don't think David Moyes would take the job for a team that's in 19th. I think he'd want a team that's like out of relegation, for example. I don't know whether Leicester approached him, but I feel like if Leicester did approach him, he would have taken the job. Whereas with Wolves, I don't think he would have taken the job. Like if Everton for some reason wanted to sack Sean Dyche, then maybe they would have got David Moyes as well for all the sentimental values. But again, I don't think Moyes would take that job. Potter wouldn't take the job in 19th. Apparently, he's waiting for us. Apparently, waiting for Lopetegui to get sacked. So that'd be interesting. I don't know whether they wouldn't be able to get a Sarri at this time, even though he probably would suit their squad. I don't know who they should get. But it should be someone that knows how to get the best out of their attackers rather than their defenders. I don't think like these defenders cannot defend anyway. So like defending deep with them and trying to invite pressure is not it. Like Aït-Nouri can't play in a forward back as a left back. Like Totti Gomez is erratic. Like these players, like Craig Dawson is done out here. Like let's be real, he's the only one that can probably play in the low block in that defense. Semedo's a good player. He's really improved, especially under Gary O'Neill as a wing back. But we'll see what he's like in the forward back if they transition back to a forward back manager. If they get Steve Cooper, they're going to be so defensive and not going to get anything out of their attackers because he's revert to a style of football that he doesn't even know about. But we'll see. We'll discuss it further in the future. Make sure to leave a like on the video, people. Make sure to subscribe to your new social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're trying to hit 1K as soon as possible, people. And yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.